You know, something special about ASEA is the way this company strives to make a difference in the world. There's perhaps no greater impact than what you have accomplished through your involvement with the Advancing Life Foundation. I'd like to introduce the chair of that organization. Please welcome Kim Marie Larsen.
Last December, I went to Cambodia for the first time. While there, I found myself fighting back tears as I looked at the water ponds the families used for their daily needs. How could it be that this is what they had to drink, even though they lived 10 miles from a major city? They didn't have access to clean water, and they couldn't imagine ever having access to clean water. While there, I was able to meet the family of Mr. Nium Niub. They had recently received a well from the foundation. With tears in their eyes, they expressed their extreme gratitude for this life-saving gift. Even though it had been just a few weeks, they were already experiencing better health. In gratitude, his wife gave me a bag of rice that they had grown and harvested. I was overwhelmed, as I knew this was like handing over pieces of gold. This was their food, and food is scarce. In February, our expedition was on our way to paint the school that the foundation had opened last year. While driving there, we were stopped because a house was being moved down the road. The local villagers were struggling to move the home, so we decided to jump out and help. The best part of this experience was finding out that this was the home of Mr. Nium Niub. Because of their improved health, they were able to use the money that they spent on medical bills to expand their basket-making business. With the increase in their income, they qualified for a loan to build a home of blocks instead of their tin home. In just a few short months, the cycle of poverty is being broken in hundreds of homes in Cambodia, thanks to your donations. The foundation has funded over 100 wells in the past year. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit the world hard. Thriving economies have plummeted as businesses closed their doors due to stay-at-home orders. Grocery stores became barren as people stocked up on food for these tumultuous times. The food banks in the United States have seen a 60% increase in homes with food insecurities due to the loss of jobs and income. This is an actual picture in April at the San Antonio, Texas food distribution event, where 10,000 families lined up hoping to get food to feed their families. And the food bank was only prepared for half that number. Over the past 5 months, the foundation has partnered with Feeding America, who helps to provide food to the 200 food banks across this country. These 200 food banks support 60,000 food pantries and soup kitchens in every state. Thanks to your donations, 500,000 meals have been donated through Feeding America. Over 2 million people in the Philippines are malnourished, and the pandemic has only magnified the problem due to the shutdown. We partnered with one of the few NGOs or nonprofits that is permitted to travel and disperse food to families. They are harvesting over 2 tons of produce and fruit daily and feeding over 50,000 people each day. In addition to the produce, they are providing meals to school children even though they are unable to go to school. Rise and Rebuild is providing assistance on the islands of Leyte, Cebu, and Luzon in the Tarlac province. In addition to providing grassroots nutrition assistance, they provide families with education on how to grow gardens and the importance of safe food preparation and hygiene. In Ecuador, there is a man named Benito Rosario. He is 31 years old. He is the 4th child of 7 brothers. He was born into a family that farms, but their farming only produces enough food to sustain their family, not enough to create an income. He and a couple of his brothers were lucky enough to finish high school. However, due to the lack of money, employment, and study opportunities, he immigrated to the capital city of Quito with the desire to help his family financially. Benito's parents told him about the welding course that would be taught at the Intakara Training Center. He came home to participate in the first class of trainings at the vocational center. After completing 3 study modules, he received his diploma, which certified him with skills in welding. He is the first member of his family to get a diploma after high school. Benito proudly shares his dream and goal accomplished with his parents. "I am happy with this achievement and this certificate," says Benito. When asked what his next goal and dream is, Benito stated, "My goal and dream is to get a job and help my family. Now I feel ready." Even though Ecuador was in the midst of a pandemic, Benito traveled to Quito to accomplish his dream. He had the opportunity to get a job with a large company, and now he is in charge of building metal bridges for the highways. He proudly stated, "I am applying all the knowledge that I got in my course. I never imagined that I would have the opportunity to be a professional. I am grateful to Intakara to give me the opportunity to study." Like Benito, many men and women in rural communities seek a single opportunity to prepare and accomplish their goals and dreams. Thanks to you, the Intakara Vocational Center is that opportunity for thousands of families in Ecuador. Over the past 3 years, we have been helping in the fight against sex trafficking. Unfortunately, this industry continues to grow, and children are being exploited in every country and neighborhood. I would like to share a story of one survivor with you. She was rescued on one of the Operation Underground Railroad missions in Latin America. This young teenager was told about a job by her uncle in a local bar. After a few months of working, the owners threatened her with violence and extortion unless she sold herself to the customers. As a young teenager, she was forced to comply. After she was rescued, she celebrated her 17th birthday in an aftercare home. As they were talking to her about what she would like to become, she said, "A police officer," so that she could help find girls like her. Your donations not only help to save lives, but helps to heal and bring hope to so many young people across the world. In addition, your donation removes perpetrators from the streets, saving untold numbers of victims. 5 years ago, the foundation took its first expedition to Mexico. We went to remote villages where the men were gone during the week to earn an income, and the women were left behind to raise food and to take care of the children. While there, we built water cisterns, indoor stoves, outdoor ovens, and chicken coops. I remember speaking with one of the women and asking her if they ever leave their village to travel into the cities. She was rather perplexed by my question because they would never have the time and that kind of money. They needed to spend their days focused on growing food for their family. Survival was their prime focus. We left knowing that our efforts would help to bring better health to the villagers, but we didn't know how our efforts would truly impact them in the long run. We recently received a 5-year impact report on the state of these villages. They were inspired and empowered to build a better life for themselves and their village. They continue to build and improve their living situation. They have started successful businesses that have increased their income. In fact, one of the women from this village flew to Peru to speak at a humanitarian conference about how they have achieved their success as they rise out of poverty. As you can see, the ASEA Advancing Life Foundation has been fulfilling its mission statement to break the cycles of poverty, suffering, and abuse because of your generous donations through the years. We have been able to provide that first step, the helping hand, to give them the opportunity to break the cycles in sustainable ways. Thank you to the Donor Alliance donors who give monthly to our foundation, allowing us to respond quickly to immediate needs. Thank you to all of our donors who donate when you can. I am humbled by your generosity and your passion to create change. Together, we are making a difference in the world. Together, we are giving hope that allows people to dream and accomplish those dreams. We are celebrating 5 years of impact this year, and we are thrilled with the progress we have made. We would like to take a few minutes to share with you what you have done throughout the world. Wasn't that inspiring? Thank you for your part in having an amazing impact in over 16 countries around the globe. This next year, we will continue our 2020 goals into 2021. We will continue to provide COVID-19 relief. We know that there are still unforeseen impacts from this pandemic. We will continue to provide aid and support to nonprofits working on the front lines, helping with the health challenges and the side effects of the economic recession. We will continue to fight against the pandemic of human trafficking and child exploitation in providing funding to rescue children and protect them. We would like to fund another rescue mission this year and help fund a mobile forensic lab. These labs are taken to the location where a search warrant has been issued and allows them to extract the data from locked electronic devices on site rather than having to send it off to a lab. Oftentimes, the warrant runs out before the evidence is extracted and it can no longer be used as evidence. The mobile lab will ensure that all forensic evidence can be considered in the cases against the vile perpetrators who are exploiting children. UNICEF and WHO reports that 1/3 of the population in the world doesn't have access to clean drinking water. We understand how critical this issue is and how life-changing clean water can be. We will continue to provide clean water wells in Cambodia, and in addition, we will install rain harvesting systems in 10 rural villages of Mexico with our new partner, TECO. Once the basic necessities are met, the next step to breaking cycles of poverty is access to an education and we will continue to provide funding to projects that empower people with knowledge and tools to create a better life for themselves and their families. We are excited to announce that we will be going back to Cambodia on the expedition next year. The dates for the expedition are November 4th through the 8th of 2021. The expedition fee is $550 plus your flights. Register on our website, advancinglife.org. Under the Initiative tab and click on Expedition. We will be taking 50 people on this trip. Register now to get your spot. Today, I thank you for helping the foundation through your donations of money, time, and love. We ask you to help us to continue our work. This weekend, we have a goal to raise $100,000. Last year, in Tyler's closing presentation, he stated that ASEA will continue to give back through our Advancing Life Foundation, increasing our contributions to humanity each year and making a difference in the lives of thousands of people around the world. We are grateful that ASEA will not only double the donations that are raised this weekend, but in addition will match all monthly recurring donations through 2021. If you would like to make a smaller monthly donation, that is fine. It will be matched. Please know that 100% of your donation goes to these projects, as all administration and overhead costs are covered by ASEA. I invite you to go to our website, advancinglife.org, or to your back office shopping cart to make a one-time donation or set up a monthly recurring donation and join us in changing the world. We have already raised $67,000 this weekend. I invite you to make a conscious decision to be part of the solution in a world full of needs. Join us today. We can't do this without you, and together we are able to accomplish more. Thank you.